Hello Pisces, I'm Christy, you're watching Tiny Turtle Tarot and this is your reading for the week ahead. As always, if anything I say resonates or you know it will in the future, because obviously it's not happened yet, please let me know by liking and subscribing, and also please know I will never reply to your comments telling you to message me through WhatsApp. It's not me doing that, so block, report or ignore, but just know it's not me. Let's get on with this reading. What is happening for the beautiful Pisces this week? Firstly, you have the Chariot. Then you have the Ten of Swords and the Four of Swords. That is beautiful. That is so nice. Then you have the Hierophant. So as always, I'll talk you through these cards first and then clarify and get more out of them. The Chariot is the energy of travel, of success, of forward movement. Some of you are getting a new job overseas, some of you are going on holiday, some of you, there's a feeling here of free, like you're feeling free, so it feels more maybe like a holiday, or some of you might be retiring and just traveling around the world. That is the energy of this reading. So even if you're like, oh, I'm nowhere near doing that, it's the energy of you feeling as if you have retired and feeling as if you are taking back control over your life and doing what you want to do, as if you are the boss of your life, because you are, and you can do what you want. If you want to leave a job and change to a new one, you can. If you want to do something unexpected, you can. If you want to go on holiday somewhere, you can. There's something where you're finding the freedom and finding some type of liberation from breaking out of what you're expected to do, or out of what you think is possible. Some of you are like, I can't do that though, Christy. I don't have the finances. And there's something showing you there's more to it. There's more to life, and there's a way through wish fulfillment, manifestation, and all of the la-di-da-di-da stuff where some of you are watching going, that's not real, that's not real. There is freedom and liberation when you realize you can get exactly what you want. Oh my god, I said through wish fulfillment. On the bottom of the tarot deck, the star is there. Wish fulfillment. A lot of you, there's some magical wish fulfillment of you going from having to think about things very practically, be very careful, figure out the finances, crunch the numbers, to realizing, oh, I can have what I want to have purely if I ask for it. If I ask the universe, I shall receive, and you will. Ten of Swords right next to this. This is the minor arcana of the Death card, so it kind of feels as if things are looking up. And basically what that means is there's some type of small ending that's recently happened in your life. A lot of readers kind of communicate the Ten of Swords card to be like, something's going to end. And whether or not that's the case, some of you it could be, like I said, you're moving on, you're retiring. Some of you are young and retiring, and that would mean the end of a job, right? The end of that phase. But it feels as if for a lot of you there's something that has recently already ended, because a lot of readers read it as this is something going to end, but the 10 swords are already down. The 10 swords aren't about to fall, they're not about to drop, they're already down. You've already experienced some type of loss, only small, it's not massive. And you've already felt that, and you've already felt like, oh, it's the end of the world, I can't get that thing back, it's done. And then the sun rises again. And so there's something where hope is coming back. The Star card, again, I'm looking at it. The Star is all about hope. So I feel as if there's something where you're having a renewed hope, and your hope is being restored after a time of thinking something was the end of the world. You're realizing it's not actually as big as you felt it was at the time, and it's leading you into more hope and more magical opportunities. It feels as if you may have been keeping yourself stuck or keeping yourself somewhere small, out of safety and security and maybe predictability. If it's something you've always done, it felt like the safe place to be, I'm not sure. When that ends, you're like, oh, it's gone. It's gone. This job, this thing that I've always had, it's gone. What do I do? And again, this is something that's already happened. It's already happened, so don't panic. I'm not telling you you're going to lose your job. Something recently, a job, an opportunity, a hobby, a relationship, something small ended. And yeah, you're going to be grateful, because when it does, originally you're going to go, oh, it's gone. Ah, I'm never going to get that back again. And then something better is coming in, and something a lot more fitting to you, where you don't have to shrink yourself, where you get to grow. And I think you've outgrown, basically. You've outgrown that area of your life, and now it's time to plant roots in a much bigger plant pot. Maybe even just plant roots in the earth. right? Because you're going maybe from a specific, if you're a plant, you're in this tiny little plant pot and you'd outgrown it and the roots were all mangled together and you were stuck and you were cramped and you were squished and you couldn't grow anymore because you're stuck in a small plant pot. So a lot of you, you're not even moving on to a bigger plant pot, you're just going straight into the earth, and then you have as much room as you want to grow, as big as you want. You don't have any limits. You don't have any limitations. So some of you, that could be a metaphor for maybe working for someone else, right? And you have that constraint in the past of how much you can earn, how much you can work, how much you can create based on how many hours they give you, something like that. And then there's something where that pot is taken away from you. You're planting yourself in the earth and there's no limit to how far you want to go, how far you want to succeed. It's as big as you want to go. Four of Swords right next to this is a lot of healing. You're going to experience a lot of healing in the near future. It feels very redeeming, and it almost feels like redeeming yourself to yourself. You might have this feeling like your highest self is always watching down on you or something. Like you can, it's a really weird thing to say, maybe it's just a spirit guide, but there's like this best version of yourself that you're always going, I could do better because I can visualize the best version of myself. I know I could do more, I know I could succeed more, I know I could work harder. And for some reason there's something where you're redeeming yourself to yourself of actually living up to your expectations and doing what you know you could do. It could be small things, small ways in your life, small habits where you choose the easy option rather than the healthy option. And you're cracking the code or something to break free of what's easy and instead do what's best and what you'll thank yourself for and what you'll really celebrate yourself for tomorrow, the next day, weeks, months to come, for sticking to what is best for you rather than what is easiest. The Hierophant right next to this is very much tied into what I said, because the Hierophant is about commitment and a higher power. So it really feels like there's something working in your favour, working with you, clapping for you, and you being determined, disciplined, and really, really staying committed to becoming the best version of yourself that you could become, in order to not have to look back and wonder what if. What if I had actually done all those things I knew I was capable of doing? You're never gonna, sorry that's disgusting. I have no tissues, okay? Whenever I film these videos, I never ever have a runny nose. I'm so good, and then I hit record and I will wash my hands later, I swear, when I stop this video. The Wheel of Fortune, clarifying the Chariot. The Wheel of Fortune is a 180. It's very good luck. It's major good luck, major changes. With the Chariot, a lot of you are moving. And when you move, you're going to feel like you're in alignment. You may have felt like you were out of alignment for a very long time. You're suddenly going to feel, oh, I'm in alignment now, everything's working out for me. And it's just going to feel like a good shift and a good starting point, or a refresh or a restart in your life. And like renewing the energy around you to go, cool, this is the next chapter. Like it's putting a nice bookmark, or a nice fresh book is opening. A fresh chapter is opening for you. When you've needed new energy the most, here it comes. When you've wanted a clean slate the most, here it is. Clarify the Ten of Swords. Clarify the Ten of Swords. You have the Star card. Wish fulfillment. Some of you want to move but don't have the financial ability to move. Don't have the financial, you don't have the finances to move. And there's something with the Star, clarifying Ten of Swords. Like I said, wish fulfillment. Whether it looks like it's possible or not, whether it looks like it's practical or not, I feel as if you'll be moving in the near future. This week, next month, it seems near. Whether you realise it or not, whether you have the finances right now or not, you're going to get what you want. And if some of you are like, oh no, I don't want to move, but I have been really wanting, but don't have the practical means to change career, change job, start my own business, it's going to happen. Whether it seems practical or not, you're going to make it happen. Clarify the Four of Swords. Also lots of healing, because the Star is the major arcana of healing, and the Four of Swords is the minor. So big and small healing. And that small healing may seem little, but it's the little tiny cracks, right? That little tiny crack in your windshield. You got to get that fixed straight away, because that whole windshield is now fragile. So any little thing about yourself where you're like, oh no, I have other things I need to pay for to fix first. Some of you, that's a really weird thing to say, but it's like, oh no, I can't afford that doctor's visit because I also have this appointment and this visit and this doctor's. And some of you are like prioritizing things because the bigger things seem more important, but the little things add up as well. So don't put those little things off because, oh no, I've got this bill to pay. Whatever it may be, some of you, I understand it's not that simple, but just remember, something may seem small, but so does a crack in a windshield, right? And once you heal that, once you fix that, suddenly you got a lot of a stronger windshield and a lot stronger of a foundation and a body to be able to exist in. Clarify the Four of Swords. Clarify the Four of Swords. It also may be that you are convinced something is smaller than it is, because to you it's just a crack in the windshield, and you may not realise the depth of which that little tiny crack is now making you a lot more fragile. So whether you want to see it or not, I think there's something where you're becoming aware of healing the little things that you didn't want to like look at. Three of Pentacles, clarifying the Four of Swords. Something about collaborating around healing. You and a friend or something like that could start up a business in healing, or I don't know how this would resonate. Four of Swords, healing, resting, hibernating, sometimes Three of Pentacles, collaborating to create something of value. You and someone else, I think, or even several other people are working together or will create a business together around healing. Some of you it's like a retreat or something where you're going to team up with someone around you to kind of create some type of retreat or escape. Clarify the Hierophant. You have the Empress. So it's really cool because I said there's like a higher version of yourself that you're committed to becoming, because you don't want to wonder what if, who could you have been if you'd really stuck to your guns and become the person. You're not going to do that. You refuse to be the person that looks back and wonders, what if I stayed true to myself, I stayed committed, I did the things I said I was going to do. You're doing it. And the freaking Empress is so powerful, and she is that energy of that higher version of yourself, that better version of yourself, that like the most, and when I say better version of yourself, I mean in all the healthy ways. I don't mean that there's like a version of you, anybody's better than you, other than you at your fullest potential. You healed. You, like, you're never fully healed, but you prioritizing your healing, you prioritizing feeding your soul in positive ways, as opposed to, let's say you have two different books you can read, and one's going to make you want to do not very nice things, and one's going to make you very, very happy. Which book do you want to read? Or one book will make you feel this way, and one book is going to be some type of healing experience. Which book do you choose? The one that's kind of entertaining and, oh, that's fun, or the healing one? There's something where you're going to choose maybe not the easier path, but the healthier one, and become the best version of you because of it. You're staying committed to the best version of yourself because you don't want to be anything other than that. You don't want the world will see you how you see yourself. So if you're seeing yourself and you're constantly like, I could have done better, I could have done better, I think there's something now where you're pushing yourself to your highest potential and really fulfilling the best version of you. And this isn't like, oh, you're beating yourself up at the end of the day if you didn't do all 20 things on your to-do list. This isn't that at all. But I just mean you're trying more often than not to do the thing that, like, this is an energy, by the way. I want to make a point. I'm not telling you to do this. This is a conclusion you're coming to within yourself. You're looking back at your past year and you're like, oh, I've invested more in myself than I did the year before. What happens if I do that twice as much? Right? Like, oh, I read this many self-help books or whatever. I don't know. Something like that. Something where it's like, oh, I did this many yoga, or I made more time in my life for myself. What if I make twice as much time for myself? Who could I then become? Because I can already see I've grown this much. Yeah, I just want to make a point. It's a conclusion you're coming to. This isn't me being like, stay true to yourself. Be there. It's you're coming to this. You're coming to this inspired action yourself and going, yes, I'm not gonna like sabotage myself any longer or do the easy option any longer. I want to do the thing that will be long-lasting respect and pride. It will create long-lasting respect and pride in the woman or man I've become. Is what you're thinking. I'm going to wrap this up here. Thank you so much for watching. If anything I said resonated, please let me know by liking and subscribing, and I'll see you next Tuesday for Tiny Tall Tarot Tuesdays.